In this tutorial, you will learn how to draw this delicious cookie game character on Arttista.
Add a circle into your project, then with a pen, starts to draw some of your cookie contour around this circle. Now copy and paste this part of the contour, and then move the new pasted contour to a new position. After all this, select these two parts and press Ctrl J to join them all. Repeat this process until you get a full cookie contour. Maybe you've to delete some points to adjust the final join. Increase all contour pen size just double-clicking on any point of the contour and increasing the size slider. Also, let's change the cookie fill color. Now, we will move the circle that is on back, more to the right, change its fill color to white and paint a little bit of some shadow on it. This circle shape will be the cookie filling. Try to keep the shadows over the cookie filling as natural as possible. Now copy and paste the front part of the cookie and send it to the back by pressing Ctrl Page down. This will be the back of the cookie. Then move this part further to the right. Don't forget to change the back part of the cookie to a darker color. Now let's draw some light over the front part of the cookie. To do this, we will copy and paste the front part, set this shape to have no fill color, set the left half of each point to 0 pixels, and change the points on the right to white. You can change the pixels on the right side of the texture to a more blurred texture or decrease these points to make them more transparent, adjusting the light on the front face of the cookie. Now, let's draw the eye by creating a vertical ellipse with another vertical, stylized ellipse inside it. The inner ellipse should be drawn with a brush because it will be inside the eye contour, which was made with a pen. Just remember that to draw inside a shape made with a pen, you must select all the shape's points, switch to the brush tool, and paint inside the shape. Now paint a soft shadow behind the eye. This shadow should be inside the front shape of the cookie, in the same way the inner part of the eye is inside the eye. Now copy and paste the eye and the shadow behind it, then move the new content further to the right. Draw the nose using the same cookie front background color. Now, let's draw the cookie's mouth with a black fill color. Let's also draw a cheek with the same color as the front of the cookie. Now, using the brush tool, we will draw its teeth with a white fill color. You can copy and paste each tooth, then join them to the mouth by pressing Ctrl J. Let's also draw tongue with a red fill color. Now, let's draw some chocolate drops on the surface of the cookie. To do this, draw a circle filled with a color darker than the cookies, paint a light inside it with the brush tool, and increase the thickness of the outline of the chocolate drop a little. Now you can copy and paste this chocolate drop along the cookie's face, changing the arrangement and size of each new chocolate drop. Now, let's draw delicious chocolate eyebrows using the same coloring and lighting technique used for the chocolate drop. But this time, we will also draw a shadow outside the eyebrow, which will always belong to the cookie's front shape, to give the impression that the eyebrow caused a slight deformation in the cookie's face dough. You can notice here that the shadow behind the eyebrow is not being drawn as part of the eyebrow itself, but rather as part of the cookie's face. Now, let's choose a texture with a wrinkled surface appearance and use it as the brush texture. Before starting to use the brush, select the entire front part of the cookie, the nose, and the cheek, so that the new shapes you draw will be part of all of them. Don't forget to add a rotation noise and a position noise to the brush so that the texture is applied randomly along the lines you're drawing. You can add more texture to other parts, like the nose, for example. Don't forget that when a brush type object is shared between multiple shapes, you should freeze this object using the freeze function to correct any small rendering artifacts. Now it's time to draw the legs, socks, and shoes using a pen with black fill color. You can copy and paste the leg you drew and adjust its position. One of the legs should be placed at the back of the drawing by pressing Control Page down, while the other leg can stay behind the cookie's face. Now let's draw the character's arm and hand. Note that you can select specific points on the lines where the fingers are and reduce their size, making the line have a finer finish at its ends. Now we are ready to add a bone system to our character, which is exactly what we will cover in the next tutorial.